when we ask them, when we hear, we'll let everybody know. And I think there's we've fared well last year, and I assume we'll fare well, but I can't share with you what we're going to ask for because we haven't really finalized it yet.
You have done a good job of capitalizing relative to your peers. Analysts have looked at that and said that makes them suspect you will ask to raise your dividend next year. Is that a fair assumption?
I tell you, when we get done, after we get through it, I'll tell you what we did.
Okay. You look at what the Fed's doing, and obviously it's got a big impact on the environment for banking. Some people call this QE infinity at this point, not just QE3, but now potentially QE4. What does this mean over the longer term, and how difficult does it make it to be a banker in this environment?
When you say what the Fed is doing in QE2 and things like that, they're trying to help the economy. And this is a big economy, and that's the thing that we have to be careful about as we think about the U.S. economy versus the rest of the economies of the world. It's so big that once it goes in a direction, it's hard to reverse that. Now, the good news is it has been growing. It's been growing relatively stable over the last several quarters. And if we can keep that going, it will materialize and produce the jobs and gain, not as fast as we all want. We all want this to be over. We want it to be back to 4.5% unemployment. We want 4% GDP growth. That's probably out there for a while. But it's going forward. So I think the key is, and what the Fed's been trying to do, is keep the economy going in the right direction. I think Chairman Bernanke has been extremely clear about that, and probably more clear than any Fed chairman before. What it does for banking is actually, on the one hand, it makes it a very difficult earnings environment.
Right.
But believe me, I'd rather have higher interest rates because it means the economy's growing. If the economy's growing, we're going to do better as an industry. And so, we all want the economy to grow because that is a lot more fun to be around.
There has been the suggestion from some Fed watchers that the Fed would like to see interest rates go even lower in terms of mortgage rates and what you can offer. Right. If I was a banker, the idea of offering a 30-year mortgage at even lower rates, is there a point where you say, hold on, we can't make these mortgages anymore if the rates continue to drop?
Well, I think you have to go to the investors who actually own the assets. And there is an idea that if you get a mortgage now and it's so far below what we think is sort of normalized interest rates that it's, as we say, forever on your lips, a moment on your lips, forever on your hips. I mean, that thing is going to be stuck with you for a long period of time. And I think we manage our balance sheet very close because that, and what we mean by close is our duration of our balance sheet's 2.5 years or so. So a lot of mortgages we swap out the interest rate risk because of that as an industry and a company, and we're all doing that. But I think that there is an issue about how low nominally people go. It's just at some point. But the mortgage market's working well. I mean, it's just getting them all done. I mean, it's a lot of work to get this many mortgages through the system with all the rules and work we have to do. And so we're getting it through. We'll do more mortgage originations this quarter than we did last quarter, than we did the quarter before, than we did the quarter before. And we're back to year-over-year growth after we got out some correspondent business last year, wholesale business. And so we're pleased what's going on in the mortgage business. But we have a lot more people than expected in the good side of the mortgage business generating mortgages right now.